A week ago, approximately, President Trump, Donald Trump, gave the okay for the military strike against a head high, if you will, official in the military, general, killing him by utilizing a drone strike. I haven't weighed in on this particular subject or topic. Here's just it really in a nutshell. I've heard people say that Trump did what President Obama should have done. I can't really speak to that. Even if Obama didn't do it, attacked this general in time past during his service or his particular presidency, I'm sure that there was a reason why he didn't, because he didn't want the Middle East to become more destabilized than it already is. So why is it that Trump ordered the military strike against this general, killing him and many others? I believe it's politics again, always is. It's always this thing where you hear these presidents say it's in the best interest of the U.S. or the United States. I've come to realize that when that statement is made, it never has anything to do with humanity, never has anything to do with the protection of America, as it were. It has everything to do with politics and money. Just that. So, just a further attempt to be a, how should I say, a bully. Now, what do I think the outcome of this is going to be? If you watched maybe your local news, especially world news, MSNBC, Fox, and CNN, I'm sure that you've heard some of the rhetoric and or statements that have been cast against President Trump from the Middle East, more specifically Iran and its leader. And they are not going to let this go. First of all, this is me. This is Brother Teacher saying this. I understand trading with other countries. I understand that very well. But what I also understand even more is that you cannot use a military might against another country because they don't comply with your rules or how you see things. We have absolutely no right to bomb another country that has not done anything to us. Some might say, well, they've killed Americans or American citizens. Well, if that be the case, we need to be bombing all of the other countries that's killing their own people. I mean, if you go back to 9/11, 9/11, when President George Bush was in office, he launched a campaign against Iraq, stating that they had weapons of mass destruction. He was told before he launched that mission or that campaign against them that they found none. But he went forward with that campaign anyway. After only losing about 3,000 of our own in the World Trade Center, Iraq lost over 200,000 innocent men, women, and children. So, was it worth it? Who benefited from that war? So, why did Trump order the hit on this general? Did he not fully comprehend what the ramifications were going to be? And I believe that they're going to be very, very grave. Is he in fact trying to usher us into another world war? 3, let's not forget, Iran has allies. Russia and China are very closely woven into Iran's fabric. And They're not going to let this go. I'm not saying that they're going to launch any military attack against the United States, but I am sure that they're going to speak to our president, our so-called president, and let him know in no uncertain terms how he made a misjudgment and that it was the wrong thing to do. Now, Iran, on the other hand, has sworn revenge. All I can say to you today, ladies and gentlemen that are watching me right now, and I am not a big kahuna, I'm just one of your fellow brethren, one of your fellow patriots here in America. I just want to say this to you. Prepare for the storm. It's coming, and it's going to affect every one of us in America. We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. To attack a country, you are violating their lives. You're infringing upon their lives when you have no business doing that. Who are you to do that? And especially to think that there's not going to be some repercussions behind it. Iran is not like Iraq. You're not going to bully them. All of the rhetoric doesn't matter to the leader there. All he knows is you did something to harm their nation, and you are going to pay for it dearly. I pray for the peace of America and its people. And I want to admonish all of you again that are listening to me. Prepare yourselves. Make sure that you keep your eyes and your ears open. Buy yourself supplies. Outside of what I'm talking about now, you should be doing that anyway. Always have extra everything in your home. Extra toiletries, extra canned goods, extra non-perishables, extra water. And make sure, if nothing else, that you have something to defend yourself with. Buy yourself a weapon, and several weapons, because the stuff has hit the fan and it started rolling down once Trump issued that order. Started rolling downhill, that is. And all that's left to do is for it to gain momentum. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's the truth anyway. So, pray for the peace of America, as I said again, because we are in for a long trip, a long haul, and we have to bind together closer than we ever have before. This is Brother Teacher. What's your take?